Hey guys, Chris Dunn here, aka the Boogie Man. It's our Farmington Dragway race recap. And you go, but wait a minute, Boogie Man, I was at Farmington. You wasn't there. That's right, but we're going to tell you why we wasn't there. So that's our recap for this episode. Long story short, if you watched last recap, we broke a rocker arm in London, Kentucky. Well, we thought it was just fatigue that broke the rocker arm, so we ordered some in. We got a holler to our guys at Jessel. Jessel, everybody's behind in the parts world. If anybody's out there that's trying to buy hot rod parts and drag racing parts or roundy round parts, the aftermarket parts community is so screwed up right now, you can't hardly get anything. But we got to holler out to our guys at Jessel. They got us some new rocker arms turned around in like a week and a half. I'm talking about from order to they are down here in South Carolina at our place in a week and a half. Hey, appreciate you guys more than you know. Long story short, Celeste comes over. Me and him's going to put the rocker arms on. We're going to go back and do some other stuff we do, some spring checking and whatnot. And we go and put the rocker arm on and go through it, and it's bound up too. So I'm like, wait a minute, how's the new rocker arm bound up? We start looking and say, okay, well, the shimming's off. How'd the shimming get off? Well, long story short, none of that was the problem. The problem was the valve guide had backed up out of the head, and it had backed up, and the spring retainer had hit it, and it broke the rocker arm. So we don't find this out till literally the Thursday night before the Friday morning we load and head to Farmington Dragway. And I'm so bummed that we missed it. It messed us up in our points. That's one problem. But the only other thing is, I have not been to Farmington Dragway, oh my God, almost 30 years, which says I'm way too old. Is it 30 years? 93 to 03 is 10 years, to 13 is 20 years. Yes, way too long ago. Let me tell you, we was at Farmington Dragway at IVWA race, which is the International VW Racing Association. They do drag racing and they did bug shows. Well, Dad's compressors that he designed, the Volts Air, we used to carry them to bug shows and sell them and just show them, and display them. Well, he couldn't make it to that one. So me, one of my friends from high school, and another one of them, actually my best friend still to this day, I don't see him as much, he's got married and kids and stuff. We all hop in my little 93 Ranger and take on off to Farmington. I'm not going to pull a Rob Pitts on you. It's one of the coolest stories you've ever heard in your life. All I can tell you is we met women in Winston-Salem. I ended up going to the track the next day by myself. Chris and JD went to bring a friend day at church with these two girls. I swear to goodness, I'll never lie. They went shopping after that. They dropped them off, still had a cooler of beer, and we headed to South Kakalaki. God's honest truth, probably one of the funnest trips I ever had in my lifetime. But that ain't what this show's about, so we'll leave that to other people. So getting back to where we're at, the rocker arm was broke. What caused the rocker arm was a bad guide. So we took our head off, run it to our boys at Clemens Racing in Spartanburg, South Carolina, renowned engine builders in the world. These guys build engines that go all over the world. They took care of it, got it back to us last night. Now it's Wednesday, the week after. We're trying to get it back on here so we could do some testing Friday night. We was kind of bummed missing that. It messed us up on our points championship a little bit, but we'll just have to see what the future holds for us. I feel good about the car. I think the car's come around since we found the second gear gremlin. And we know this valve guide has been backed out for a couple. Actually, we think it backed out in Alabama. We was wondering, the car fell off in Alabama, and we was thinking, oh, it was, clutch or this or that. And now we're starting to think this thing has backed out since then. What we did in London, Kentucky, to where we qualified, that was still with a cylinder that wasn't producing probably 60% if it's producing that. So we're stoked to think that there's still some life in this little yum eat 'em up version 2.0.4. Seriously, it's that screwed up. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, Daddy here has got yum eat 'em up 3.0 parts sitting here. Question is, and of course everybody in A-gas, I'm sure snooping's gonna go, is it gonna have a new engine this year? Yes. Are we gonna put Yum 3.0 together? Yes. It is still a 421. It is still a true stock valve angle 23-degree engine. When are we going to put it together? We don't know. Simple fact of it is we're waiting on a part or two to come in. But besides that, we don't have a lot of downtime this year between races to really get the new engine together, get it to dyno, and get what we need. Are we going to try to race it this year? We hope so. If not, it may just be next year. I promise you guys, this new version of the 421 we're building, this engine right now is borderline, if not a record-breaking 23-degree engine. The new engine, and this is going to jinx it, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's going to make, unless something's wrong, it's going to make considerably more horsepower. And when we dyno this engine, we're actually going to take you, and we'll actually tell you some, we're going to tell you exact numbers, but we're going to give you a ballpark. We're excited to get this new engine together. It's something we didn't even start this year. I started Yum Yum Eat 'em Up 3.0 last year, almost a year ago, that I actually started acquiring certain parts to build this new kind of, it's the same cubic inch engine, but it's just a different way of putting it together. Some different things we're doing to it. But it started last year, and we're just now really getting everything together to do it. So it's going to be an awesome, I just feel good about it. I think it's going to be a head turner, but you don't never know when we might show up with it. So we really ain't going to tell nobody. I think we're just going to show up with it because you won't know. It's still got the same valve covers on it. So you won't know if we've got, until we go qualify or race, you won't know if we've got the new engine in or we're still sitting on the old engine. So we'll just let everybody wonder about that. Why I got you right here, we're 2 days from the 4th of July. I want to tell everybody, happy 4th of July. Remember what it means. It's not just, the day that our forefathers, started us on this path of freedom. There's more to this. Anybody that has given their life for this country, this is their day still too. Okay? Because this set the groundwork for everything. And the way the country is right now, I'll just be honest with you, I don't talk politics on the channel, I don't, but we're a little backwards these days, and we need to start looking a little bit forward. So, happy 4th of July to everybody out there. Enjoy your family. Enjoy everything about it. Get you some watermelon, eat you a hot dog, cook you a hamburger, do your thing, go to the lake, look at some hot-ass girls, everything. But still remember, there's a lot of people in 200 and something years that died to still be where we can actually enjoy the 4th of July. Next episode, we're going to show you a little bit on the funny car cage. We're going to show you a little bit on the Chevy 2 above us. One problem I've had working on Mama Boogie is this damn thing has been up under it. So I can't really work on it. So we're heading into the 4th. This is getting moved so I can work on that. And we may next episode give you a sneak peek of the Boogie Hauler. Now that's going to be a project that's going to take about a year or so to build. Y'all going to love it. It's badass. I don't even know if I think we may have talked about it on the show. I don't know if we have or not. We've not talked about the Boogie Hauler on the show. When we go to run the Boogie Hauler episodes, we're probably going to run them consecutively. So we'll just do a little teaser next week about the Boogie Hauler, which is, I'm so stoked. I want to work on so bad I can't stand. I got so many projects. Y'all just don't know how bad I want to work on this. So enjoy your 4th of July. Remember what it's about. Keep your powder dry. Chris Dunn, AKA the Boogie Man. Compressors that he designed, the Volts Air, we used to carry them, damn little gnats. We used to carry them, all right. So tip of the day, I don't really have one, except, I don't know. I got to think about that a minute.
I got one.
What's your tip of the day?
Happy birthday, Boogie Man.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think about that. 2 days ago, the Boogie Man here had a birthday. I'm $29.95 plus shipping and handling. Now, I have been $29.95 now for the last 10 years. Shipping and handling keeps going up every year just a little bit, inflation and all, right? So I don't feel how old I am. I still feel as young as I did years ago. I just maybe not can do the things I used to could do. But, you know, I wanted to say thank you to everybody that texted me, messaged me, called me. You know, you don't know how much people think about this until you start just looking. I mean, I'm blown away. I would not imagine that many people. I had calls from Texas. I had calls from Indiana. I had calls from everywhere. People wishing me happy birthday. You guys are the tits. Man, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I called you too on your birthday, by the way.
Okay, and I got calls from South Carolina too. And Matt, the camera guy, called me after he seen it on Facebook. Forgot until then. Don't act like he was.
I was on the phone with you, actually.
Or he might have been on phone.
We talk at 6:30
But here's the
on
deal.
telephone.
But here's the deal. I just cut my boogie cake, and I got to tell y'all this now. A friend of mine, Chris Harper, is the most badass cook. In fact, I'm going over 4th of July. He's cooking normal food, but he cooks these badass cakes, guys, and he sells them too. Look him up on Facebook. He made me, my favorite cake's red velvet. He made me a red velvet Boogie Man cake that I just now got to cut and drink with a glass of milk. And oh my God, it's the best red velvet cake I've ever ate. And not only did I wait till my boy Matt, the camera guy, showed up, me and him are the ones that cut it. So don't act like he don't get no special damn treatment. Kiss my ass, Rob Pitt. See there, I shared my birthday cake with him.
I love it.
Peace.